is 1931. You all live in Providence, Rhode Island, in Moshank's boarding house. Times are tough. The Great Depression means that immigrants and longtime residents, including yourselves, are experiencing hard times. You have all gathered outside of the room of Mr. James Gardiner. He's not been seen for at least 2 days, and everyone is getting concerned for his well-being. The landlord rattles some keys, finding the one for Gardiner's room. Then, knocking once more just to be sure there's no response, the key is turned in the lock and the door slowly opened. From within comes the lingering smell of candles, long since burned out, and something sickly sweet and copper-like. Looking in, you see it, framed in the shafts of sunlight streaming through gaps in the curtains. A body. The body is lying on a tarp, stretched out on the floor, near a stained piece of paper flaked by once white candles. You can see blood. The man's body and clothing are covered in blood. It looks as though he somehow fell over from a kneeling position. The body is wearing a green tweed coat and a brown sweater vest, the clothes Mr. Gardiner usually wears. Must be Mr. Gardiner. The scene is shocking. His head has been mutilated by knife cuts. What would you like to do? Please introduce yourselves to each other so you know what characters you're playing.
Ooh. Did we lose somebody?
No, it looks like we did. I'll go into my character. Hi, I'm playing Hank. Zahria, I'll go into my character. Hi, I'm playing Hank. Zahria, I'm a business associate around here. Do I tell them all of my backstory, or do I just kind of like the character I'm playing type thing?
Just sort of the character. You don't have to go into too much detail.
All right, cool. He's like a very rich-looking guy. You can see that he has like a little bit of a beard and a very thin pencil mustache. He kind of carries himself very like high and mighty. He does not like blood, so he's kind of like looking away from this scene. And he's like, "Gosh, this is disgusting, just disgusting." And he's a very, very prim and proper guy. You can see that he's, dressed very finely.
And I suppose opposite to that, opposed to Hank, somebody else is looking into the room. A young lady who might have been conventionally pretty if her nose hadn't been broken one too many times and didn't have like some bruising under her eye. As you see, Stephanie Skirgaila, forgive me, sort of gazing into the room and looking around.
All right. And Adam?
So I'm not Stephanie. I'm playing Jacob Hess, who is a noted dealer in old and antique books, and not quite as prim and proper as one of his compatriots, but nevertheless trying to compose himself as he looks upon the dead body and seems to be staring around the room, perhaps looking for something else.
All right. Okay, so yeah.
All right. So who is this? Who is this guy in the room? Did you explain that? Sorry.
Yes. So you are looking at Mr. Gardiner. He's sprawled
You can see that
on the carpet in the room.
Well, this is great. This is great. Just lovely. Do I know the two people standing next to me?
You're familiar with them, yes. You all live in the same building.
All right. So, like, would I know their names, or is it just kind of like I've seen them around?
You've seen them around.
All right. All right. Hi guys. My name's Hank. Hank. How you guys doing? Look. You guys probably don't know this guy. So I'm just gonna take it from here. No need to worry about it. He's a business friend of mine. You guys can just go on your happy way. This is nothing. This is just ignore this. I'll take care of it.
Just ignore the dead body, is what you're telling us.
Yes. Yes.
Are you insane?
You guys just go get. I will call the cops myself. You guys you can leave it to me. I can take care of it. And you can see that he's just kind of like moving in the room. And you can see that he's like not really looking at he's looking at the body, but he's kind of like looking in his pockets a little bit more. Like he's like checking it out. And it's like, oh, he's like looking away from like a lot of the like blood all over him, but he's kind of like checking the pockets mostly.
All right. So roll a spot hidden check.
Perfect. First roll of the game. Oh, hold on.
Here we go.
Character sheet. All right. Spot hidden. Oh, that's not good. All right. Do I roll the green? Okay, these character sheets are weird. I'm gonna just roll the green one. Oh. All right. Yeah. So that's a fail.
All right. So you notice the obvious. There's a lot of cuts on his body. His clothes all stained in blood. You notice that he's got some carvings on like his chest and parts of his lower torso. The blood is dry. Makes you think that it took place a little while ago, maybe a few days ago.
Well,
I'm a little. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
After you.
All right. Well, this is gross. Yeah. So the body's it's old, so the killer's probably not around here currently. I would not be staying around here after this kind of death. So they're probably on the run. I don't think you guys have to worry about anything. Can I look at the body and like, does this look like it looks like knife wounds, right? Like that's what I'm getting at this.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Does it look like I know this is like a weird question. It's probably not gonna I'll probably have to roll for it. But is this kind of like is this gonna be like a big dagger, or is this just gonna be like a switchblade? Like, do I think like someone just came in here like on a whim and killed him, or do I think like this was like a deliberate like I need to kill this specific man?
You're not entirely sure. It's could be either one.
Okay.
But you don't know.
At this point in time, Stephanie is going to try and enter the room and just sort of say, maybe the killer left something behind that we could give to the coppers, and I'm just going to try and look around the room for something expensive.
All right.
Yes, they might have. Just if you see a piece of paper, I'd like to take a look at it first. Business friend of mine, of course. So I gotta make sure he didn't leave anything of mine lying around. So I'm gonna if you should find anything, just let me know.
Sure thing, old man.
I'm not that old, but okay. Thank you.
All right. So, make a spot hidden roll to look around the room.
Oh, spot hidden. Spot. Oh no, there's so many buttons. So forgive me, first time playing Call of Cthulhu. Spot hidden. Forgive me, whereabouts is that? There we go.
It's on the very right, at the very top.
Yep. Ooh, did I click on something wrong?
think you want
No,
the
no,
green
that
die.
just shows up in chat.
Green one. Ooh.
All right, so the obvious thing you notice is the rug underneath the tarp. Decent quality rug. The room is pretty small, so just quickly looking around, you can see some of the furniture. There's a wardrobe, a bed with a little nightstand next to it, a massive bookcase, chair, window, table, cabinets. Yeah, that's just about it.
Can I?
Pretty small.
Yeah.
You can easily look around and see everything, even the stuff that's kind of hidden by the screen that's there to separate the room and the bedroom.
I suppose I'll head. Go ahead.
I'll just go ahead. Have we seen the knife that presumably made these wounds?
You have not seen a knife. Everything is still as is.
All right. Now I'm looking on the map here, and it looks like there's like a little like piece of paper right in front of him. Is that in the room or is that just decoration?
No, that's in the room.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go pick up that bad boy.
Okay, so you're gonna get your first handout.
Gasp! Oh boy.
This is what you see.
Yeah. So slight issue over here. I can't read this. Or can I? Wait, let me double check. Making sure. Please hold that thought.
You would recognize the language as Greek.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I speak Greek. Hold on, I'm looking. Yeah, I only have my own language. Yeah. So this is Greek. I don't speak this. I don't know what this says. Any of you happen to speak Greek?
It's about as far as my home as it can be, so nada here.
Perhaps we can find a Greek dictionary in the bookcase, and I use that kind of as an excuse to see if there are any books that are familiar to me in this bookcase. Perhaps one that was in my possession at one time.
So let me pull that up. All right, so the bookcase, it's well made, well crafted. It has glass doors on frosted glass doors in the front of it. On each side is a bust of flute playing cherubs. There's a drawer at the bottom of the bookcase. All of the woodwork is detailed and intricate. You can make an appraise roll if you want to. All right. You would know that the bookcase is decently worth about $75, so it would be worth it if you could get it out of the room. There are several books in there, mostly on finance and banking. There are a few books for traveling to obscure places, some books that seem to be occult in nature. The top shelf does not have enough books to fill it, so a bookend has been used to keep the books upright. The bookend is sort of grotesque looking, looking like some sort of human squid creature. And you can make a spot hidden roll. Okay.
Love to see I'm the only one with a spot hidden roll that is below 40.
You know
I'm still.
that there is beneath the drawer is what looks like a secret compartment of some sort.
So I may not be the world's greatest investigator, but I suspect if we look inside the hidden drawer, we will see something of interest. I open it up.
Let's see. Yep. So you be able to squeeze your fingers in, and you feel a little button on the side of the bookcase that unlatches this very small, thin compartment. Inside is a book, primer in Greek vocabulary, two books that look like ledgers, a very thin black knife, and wrapped in cloth binding is another book written in Greek with the title The Book of Dreams. It seems
Does it look like this knife has possibly been used to cut up someone's face, or?
No, this one seems like it's perfectly clean, sort of. Maybe it's a ritualistic knife that has never been used.
Well, I mean, we have a note in Greek. We have a Greek book. Does anyone want to leaf through this and see what we're dealing with?
Did you find anything else of use?
Well, I mean, I found a primer in Greek, as I had mentioned. There are two ledgers, as you can see, and a knife, and then this other Greek book. But of course, I don't speak Greek.
Well, the knife is a little scary. Do you mind if I see those ledgers real quick?
They're not mine, sure.
Cool. Are these the ledgers I was looking for?
Yes, Hank can roll and make an accounting roll.
Counting. Ooh, something I'm good. Oh, that was the purple one. Let's roll the green one.
Oh, wow.
That's good, right?
Hey, yo!
Yep. So looking at the ledgers, you can see that one seems pretty accurate, down, to the letter. The other one is almost an exact duplicate, but there are some false businesses added in, some false purchases to change the amount in the ledger, the recorded amount of cash transactions.
All right, perfect. I pocket that. Put it in my jacket.
Should you be doing that? Just
do you do it without
is,
anybody else noticing, or do you just
he's not really he didn't really sneakily put it in. He just kind of didn't realize that there are other people in the room, and he just kind of put it in his jacket.
Okay.
This might be evidence.
No, it's just personal property of mine. I came to go see him about these things, and just a little bit of an issue. No need to worry about it. Should we go find someone who speaks Greek?
Well, we do have the Greek dictionary.
Oh, well, that works just fine.
Now, looking at the note, it doesn't seem like it's that huge. Can I try my hand at translating that? And I do notice that some of it's already in English, one word anyway. If I were just to kind of peruse through this Greek dictionary, would it be that hard to translate?
No, you'd be able to translate it pretty easily. It takes a little while. It takes a few minutes to translate. And yeah, some of it is a little weird, but I'm going to show you what the translation is.
Can everyone see this? Or I can read it
Well,
out.
yeah,
for-
I got it. I got it as well. But if you want to read it out loud, you can too, for dramatic effect.
Okay, but if anything happens, I call upon Yog Sothoth to hear my request. The gate and the key. The vessel has been prepared. Empty this body. Transport my will. Prepare the way to dreams. La Yog Sothoth. Open the gate.
Okay.
That's not concerning.
Yeah, well, we have a dead body here, and we have someone talking about emptying his body and transporting wills. Yeah, I mean, this is starting to look like it might be a suicide to me, but we haven't found a weapon yet, so I don't know what to think.
Indeed. Creepy old bastard.
Well, if it was a suicide, I would think the knife would be here. I think someone came in here and sacrificed this man.
It might be
Or
under
is
that
he-
in... Oh, go ahead.
I was just thinking, if he was sacrificed and his hands were not bound, that would mean either he was unbound after death or he was a willing participant.
Do I know anything about like cults of this nature, and like what they would want to do and stuff like that, or am I like just completely clueless in all cult behavior?
You're not entirely sure, and you've heard of several various ritual, cult, and religious rituals around the world, but nothing that really sparks your memory. Nothing that this reminds you of.
Well, this is just lovely. Great. So I don't know. Maybe you think maybe he was a part of this cult, and this was all like a thing? Because I don't think he did it himself. I feel like there would be a knife around if he did. So I feel like we are looking for someone else. But I do feel like either he was willing, or they were planning to do something with him afterwards, or I don't know.
So you're thinking they might come back for him?
Yeah, I feel like they might. So either we can call the cops, maybe have them check this place out, and then we might find someone who's sneaking around, or we could set up the ambush here. Maybe we could. I doubt they would be gone for longer than a day. You know, I mean, this blood is very dried already. So they might be already coming back. I mean, it's just a hunch, but you know, that's might be something that's happened.
Well, I mean, this looks like a ritualistic murder of some type, but we've also found evidence of some crooked dealings, which has since disappeared. Is there anyone amongst us who has a reason to wish harm onto this poor fellow?
I mean,
Well,
he has
I mean-
knives.
No, I just had a disagreement with him recently, but I just got my ledgers back anyway, so it was no big deal, really. It was no big deal.
Well, the candles have come out. Whoever did this has left. I can't imagine why he would come back again instead of just taking or doing whatever he needed to do at the time. So
It says
perhaps an
this
ambush.
vessel has been prepared. Vessel for what?
And where is the key? Has anyone seen a key?
I'm gonna check the room one more time for like a key of some kind. I know I have like the worst spot hidden, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
All right. Well, make a spot hidden roll.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Wow.
Hey, just bare. I think I literally got it on the dot.
You did.
Whoa.
25 on a 25. Okay. So looking around the room,
This is for like any key or anything else in any of these drawers.
okay, so just kind of quickly perusing the room, you tend to focus. You seem to be looking more at the body than any at the drawers or the cupboard or anything like that. And you notice what looks like a strange bulge or bunch up of the fabric near Gardiner's right knee.
All right. Well, I checked that out.
You look, and there is a black knife that is just there.
In his pant?
It fell down next to his leg.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we got our answer. I don't think this was someone else doing. I think this definitely was a suicide.
Who suicides by stabbing himself in the face? It seems like he wasn't very good at this.
I think this was definitely some kind of ritualistic behavior. I call upon Yog Sala Thought something along those lines. And it looks like maybe he believed this god would take control of him. That, as you can see, this vessel has been prepared. Obviously, I don't think that happened, as he is very dead.
Did anyone hear anything, perhaps over the last night or so when this ritual took place?
None of you live within earshot or on the same floor as Mr. Gardiner. There are other people that do, but none of you are one of them.
Can I? Does anyone know about knives of this kind? Or wait, do I know anything about the knives like these?
You would
Oh,
that the knife is probably valuable. I'm not entirely sure how much it's worth, but it looks well made, well crafted.
All right. Does it
Actually,
look
knives
like
can be sold.
Is it like what kind of like? Does it like is it like a curved blade or is it just like a regular dagger?
It's a thin blade, a little bit curved. Like I said, it's all black with a little bit of gold filament in the handle. It looks
as it
like
happened,
the other
sorry.
blade that was discovered.
As it happens, I have a bit of a background in the occult mysteries. If I were to take a look at it, could I maybe draw some more knowledge about this? Maybe what it signifies or what it's used for?
Yeah, of course. You can always make an occult roll. All right. You would know that a knife like this, probably ritualistic. You can't foresee it being used in any other capacity. But for what reason, to what ends, you don't know.
And if I were to appraise it, could I see if it was expensive?
Yeah, you can appraise it.
No, I can't appraise it.
No idea. There's
Can I
possible
give it a
value
shot?
in it, but you don't know how much.
You just go into the
This-
entire backstory of the knife, like where it came from in the 18th century, and then you're like, "How much is it?" I don't know, like $1, maybe.
Well, sometimes value is in the eye of the beholder, but this is looking more and more like a suicide. If it were merely business, as I had posited earlier, I don't think he would have gone to such lengths to disfigure himself. And these writings are suggesting that there may be more to this occultness. What else can we investigate? Do I know who Sothoth is? Or Yog Sothoth?
Doesn't even ring a bell.
Not even with my occult background does ring a bell.
Nope.
Well, as sad as this is, I believe we now have to let authorities take away this body. It's no use to me, and I don't think there's anything else in this room.
Oh no, I would disagree. And as our neighbor, I think we have a duty to try to figure out what happened. But as I'm staring at this translation that I performed quite excellently, Prepare the Way to Dreams, this makes me think back to that other book that we found that we never really looked at yet, called the Book of Dreams. And although it was written in Greek, is it possible that there's some pictures or maybe some handwritten notes that I could just see if I skim through it?
Well, skimming through it, you certainly can. It takes another few minutes, and the writing is difficult to get through. You can pull out some words that make little sense. Mention of a place called the Dreamlands, frustration, but towards the end of this journal, which is all handwritten and scrawled, frantically written, the writing gets longer and it seems like calmer, almost. This is actually a handout that I'll show you guys.
Ooh. So I may not, I'm obviously not a person of the law, but it looks like this man had some serious psychological issues. I think that as long as we're here, if we could find the book called The Tome, and I assume everybody has seen this dream journal already, if we can find the tome somewhere, perhaps we'll have an even greater clue into this man's psyche.
Can I attempt to look around
Jacob,
once
you can
more?
make an occult roll.
I can make an occult roll? Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So, from what you gather, Gardiner was recording his dreams. It's a dream journal. But
How cute.
he doesn't expressly name the being that he's seen in his dreams. But you recognize that some of what is written in those last few paragraphs matches what was written on that piece of paper. And you can actually add 2 points to your occult roll.
Going forward?
Moving forward. And you lose 1
Nice. I lose one what? Sanity point?
1 sanity point.
So I'm kind of curious now. Gardiner does not seem like a Greek name to me, and yet he has Greek notes. Is there any reason that I can think of why he'd be writing in Greek?
Why, you're not sure, but you do know that he had inquired in your bookstore about several different Greek books, or Greek in origin. While you're all over, discussing the book and the journal, you all hear a rustling noise coming from the other side of the room. Sound of like the tarp being pulled and sliding around a little bit.
Well, I go check that out.
As soon as you turn to look, you see Mr. Gardiner standing in the middle of the room again, where surrounded by blood. His blood.
Mr. Gardner, how are you? I'm so sorry. I guess I didn't check your pulse. Are you all right? It looks like you had something going around. I know you seem to be very disoriented. It's completely fine. Listen, I've got the ledgers you gave me. Right. Well, you didn't give me, which I thank you for. But I'd like to, good job on the ledgers. They look perfect. We should probably get you to a hospital. You look very unwell.
You notice immediately that his eyes are completely black. He looks gaunt, like all the blood has been sucked out of his body. The tips of his hair turned white, which you had never seen before in all your dealings with him. And his skin is all cracked.
Oh, yeah, you definitely don't look good. Do you, yeah, you have something wrong with your eyes. It is probably no big deal. It's I'm sure something medical happened. Listen, this occult thing going around on this ritual. It's not a good idea. Why don't we just take a breather? From all of this all of these Yaga Sitha people. And let's just go. Let's get you to a hospital.
He takes a step at you and tries to backhand you with a hand that the fingers are now almost claw-like.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go and dodge that, or at least try to. Let's see how good my dodge is. It's probably not good. I'm gonna try it anyway. There's dodge. Dodge. Okay, well, I don't have any points to dodge, but we'll try it anyway.
Well, he failed his attack roll anyway. It was more of a wild swing, which is good for you considering you were barely able to move from where you had been standing.
I kind of like back up into the wall. Whoa, Mr. Gardner, that is no, there's no way to treat me. I'm your friend. It's me, Hank. Hank, Zahria, Zahria. Yeah, sorry. Hank Zahria. It's a business friend. You don't need to hit me. It's really okay. Hey guys, Mr. Gardner is seems to be a little sick. Can someone please help me out with him?
I'm gonna try and go up to his side and kick him in his knee just to try and drop him.
All right, you can make an attack roll against him.
Attack roll.
That's brawl, I believe.
Yep.
Brawl. So just fighting brawl.
Yep.
Solid.
You try, but your kick, you're not able to even connect. Your foot kind of gets stuck on the floor, on the rug, and pulls it out of where you were trying to aim.
Where was our rolls like 5 seconds ago? What is going on? All right. Well, I'm gonna kind of go up behind him as well, and I'm gonna kind of take his arm, and I'm gonna be like, "All right, let's lead you out of this room. Come on, we gotta get you cleaned up." And I'm kind of lead him out the door.
And I'm going to give them a lot of space as this is happening.
Can you grab his other arm so he doesn't try to hurt me again, please?
You can make fighting brawl rolls.
Oh, so he's really
sure
gonna.
He's, yeah.
All right. How good am I at fighting brawl? Okay, I'm okay at it. I'm okay.
All right. He's going to try to pull out. And he doesn't. He's not able to.
Perfect.
You feel him pulling against you, but he's unsuccessful at doing it.
All right. Yep, it's okay, Mr. Gardiner. It's okay. Please follow me, and I'm just gonna kind of take him away. Can you guys grab some of his personal belongings? We're gonna have to try and check this man into one of those special hospitals as well.
Take his belongings? Like, you want us to rob the place?
I'm already putting
like
things in my pockets.
As you start to pull Gardner out of the room, his mouth opens and this almost menacing, I'll call it a roar, but it seems almost like a sucking of sound erupts from his mouth, and I need everybody to make a POW roll.
Whoa!
Oh, POW?
POW.
Yep. Characteristics, yes. Solid. I hate that so much.
Okay, so
Well, you could. Oh, wait, Stephanie. You could use 1 point of luck and make that a success.
Oh, can I?
yep, you can. Same.
Oh, where's...
You can use 2 points.
No,
Yes, I think-
you need 1 because he has a 50. Yeah.
No, I would use 2.
Or yeah, you would use 2.
Oh,
Ooh.
And
Okay.
So
Stephanie can use 1.
I will use 2.
oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, so both of you actually rolled really close.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was looking at Stephanie. Sorry.
So you guys, you hear this, and it's almost this. You feel your head swim, and you can't entirely. Everything seems to blur a little bit, but you're able to maintain your desire to get out of the room with Gardner, who is going to again try to pull out of your grasp.
Whoa, Mr. Gardner, that is very that is not natural, Mr. Gardner. You should that is. Are you okay? Can you please speak to me like a human being, please? This is getting scary.
Can I grab the bed sheets and just try and make a makeshift, rope and just try and tie his feet first and keep him still?
Yeah, you can. I need you to make an intelligence roll.
Oh boy. Intelligence, where are you? Just under characteristics, yes?
Yep.
Okay, not terrible, not bad. Could I take
One for luck if you want to use
Yeah.
them.
I'll use my luck then and get that to a 50.
All right. So you're able to pull some of the bedding away and basically bind him. You stuff a little bit into his mouth so that you can't make that weird scream again. And you forcibly try to pull him out into the hallway. And when you do, you slam into the wall in the opposite side of the hallway. And you hear a shout from inside the other room, and a little old lady come tottering out to the door. What's going on?
Hi, ma'am. This is nothing to be worried about. We're taking this man. He seems to be a little sick. If you want to just go back to your room, this is no big deal.
What are you doing with Mr. Gardner?
He's very sick right now.
That boy, it's been strange. I've been hearing him do this weird chanting. Is he okay?
He's very sick mentally, ma'am. He's got a bit of problems. We're just gonna go take him to the hospital, and they're gonna clear everything up. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. Just be careful. Mr.
Yeah, no
such a
need
nice
to worry,
boy.
ma'am. I'll take care of it. You've got it.
All right. So as you start dragging him and leading him down the hall and towards the stairs, Gardiner seems to pull free of you and runs to escape. He runs at the stairs.
Can I? Oh boy. I'll try and kick his shins out from under him and just try and get him to stop.
You have to make a dexterity roll.
Dexterity roll?
Yep.
Solid.
Yeah. You trip him. He tumbles a little bit and falls down, rolling down the stairs.
Oh, what the fuck?
Whoa! That was it. Okay, it's okay. Accidents happen. Just be a little bit more careful next time. Don't want these kinds of things to happen. I kind of walk down the stairs. Is he like he's just like on the ground? He's still breathing, right?
Yeah. Oh, he's fully conscious. He looks back at you, specifically at Jacob.
Jacob?
Oh.
Jacob didn't do anything.
As he gets back to his feet and tries to stumble towards the door leading out to the street.
Mr. Gardner, this is not good. You're clearly going through some trauma, stress, or something. This is not something you should be. This is not healthy for you. If you please just talk to us, something might have happened to you. We'll help you.
He just keeps on moving. He can't speak since he was gagged.
Oh yeah.
So he just sort of keeps on trying to stumble forward a little bit. He's moving like he's not entirely used to walking.
Well, he's bound as well,
He's
right?
never had any issues. His arms are bound, yes, but not his legs.
Since he was looking at me, when I start speaking to him, does he look back at me again? If I ask him perhaps about the book he borrowed from me?
You don't know. You can always try to speak to him.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna try to call out to him. Yeah,
Yes.
when you mention the book, he kind of stops, turns, and just stares back at it and looks at you and starts to approach.
Is this about Yog Sothoth? Yog Sothoth?
Gardner kind of looks at you a little bit, but is focused entirely on Jacob.
Does it look menacing the way he's approaching me, or is
Oh
it
yes.
just
If his arms weren't tied, he would be looks like he'd be trying to attack you.
guys?
Um,
I'm gonna start backing away slowly.
I'm kind of gonna get in between them, Mr. Gardner. It seems like you're getting very stressed right now. Please, if you would please calm down. Why don't you take a seat? And I'm gonna point to like a chair nearby.
He totally is ignoring you.
Okay. Mr. Oh, and he's past me. Okay. I look at like I'm just like I don't know what to do at this point. I'm just like okay.
He's clearly dangerous, and I don't want him to hurt himself or me or
Right.
maybe to a lesser extent either of you. There was a wardrobe in his room. Perhaps if we put him inside, we can keep him safe and then call for some authorities or doctors.
I like this plan. This is very good.
Okay, so you two take control of him, and I will lead the way and open up the door's robe so that we can perhaps place him inside.
All right, perfect. All right, I'm gonna go ahead
As
and.
soon as he's close enough, he's gonna try to kick Adam. Or not Adam, not Jacob.
I don't want him to try to kick me.
He kicks, but it doesn't even come close. You're able to easily backstep out of the way.
Okay. Well, since my friends have now presumably held on to him or close
Yeah,
by.
they since his hands are bound, the others can just grab hold of his arms.
So I'm going to quickly move or run back to his room and start trying to open up the wardrobe.
Okay. Let's see. All right, so you run back up to his room, open up the wardrobe. It's full of some of the things you would expect: a bunch of clothes, some shoes, and a small lidded, locked wooden box.
A small locked wooden box, you said?
Yep.
So as I'm thinking about this, I remember the handout, and he talks about the gate and the key. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but I'm going to hold that box aside, take it out of the wardrobe, and place it to the side so that we can get a better look at this after the new resident moves in.
Okay.
Is there any key in the wardrobe? Since I assume everyone else
No,
is
you
going to be able to
don't. Quickly looking, you don't see a key.
Does the box look like anything occultish or anything unusual?
No, it seems like a pretty simple wooden box, probably purchased at a small discount store. Not very well made. You'd probably break it open if you really needed to, if you really wanted to.
I was going to ask if I could accidentally drop it. Perhaps it's been slippery with the blood of Mr. Gardiner and other things.
You probably could. You can throw it with a strength roll if you wanted to. Smash it open.
Okay, and hopefully this won't wake his neighbor who is already irate with us.
All right. You throw it and towards the floor, and you hear a crack as the top of the box splits.
Was there anything inside?
There is a bundle of money, a sewing kit, some personal grooming items, which seem sort of out of place in that locked box, and on close inspection, a small revolver.
Small revolver. I'm the only one in the room at this point. Is that
Yes,
correct?
the others are in the hall. They're about to come in.
So before they do, I'm just going to take the money and stick it in my pocket. Services rendered and all that. And the same with the small revolver. I will hide that into a pocket or something like that.
All right. Just so you're aware, the bundle of money was $128, which is enough to cover the room rent for about 8 months or so.
Is this worth roughly the same or more than the book he borrowed for me?
It's worth that amount is worth roughly the same amount. So yeah, the book that he borrowed from you, valued at $120.
Okay, so my conscience is clear. I mean, yeah, I've taken the gun, but he's attacked me already, and the money is mere compensation. Okay, I'm gonna call out, guys. I have the wardrobe open. Let's put him in.
Gonna try and force him forward.
Yep.
He actually seems to be walking willingly.
All right.
Like he wants to go in the direction you're going.
That's strange. Okay, well, I'm holding the doors open, not standing in front, obviously, but to the side.
All right. He kind of digs his heels into the floor when he's near Jacob. and
So he's trying.
saying something,
He's
but
trying to.
the cloth in his mouth is keeping him from formulating words.
Am I able to pull the cloth out without my fingers going very close to his mouth?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna. Mr. Gardner, what do you want to say? I'm gonna pull out the cloth.
When he speaks, it's not the voice you remember him speaking to you in the last time you met him. Sort of echoey, very deep, and he just says, "Give me back the book."
He was talking to me. Give me back the book.
Yep.
So, does anyone know which book he's talking about, Mr. Gardner?
I would assume it would be the Book of Dreams, the Dream Journal thingy. Mr. Gardner, you will receive that book as soon as you calm down. We're just going to call the authorities. It'll be no big deal. We'll get that book to you as soon as everything is glossed over and you're safely in a hospital bed.
His eyes sort of narrow a little bit as you push him into the wardrobe.
Perfect.
Close the doors.
Is there any way we can either lock the doors or tie the doors shut or put something in front of the door?
You can try to move the chair that's in the room in front of the door, the wardrobe doors.
I think that would be a good idea to
to
keep
tie the door
everybody
shut.
safe. I'll move the chair.
All right. It takes several minutes to do this because the chair is heavy. And you're sliding it, but it's only moving a little bit at a time. And in that time, Gardner's going to try to force his way back out of the wardrobe. The doors just slam open as Gardner pushes his way out. He's still bound, but now there's no more gag in its mouth. And his mouth opens and that same mournful roar comes out of his mouth. The air sucking. And again, you can all make power rolls.
Righty.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to spend 20 points of luck on that, so I fail.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't push this now.
No, you can't. You're not going to be able to push this. You feel this like mental fog envelop you, and everything seems to be moving at a blur, at slower speed. So for the next 2 rounds of either combat or whatever it happens to be, you take a disadvantage on any skill rolls you make, including attack rolls. And you must make a sanity roll right now.
Guys, I don't feel so good. Oh. I feel very dizzy. Sanity, there it is.
All right. You lose 1 point of sanity.
That's the 60? Yeah, that's the 60. And then 48 is my indefinite. Okay. Understanding that. 1 point, you said?
Yep, just 1 point.
Perfect.
I'm going to try and jump back into this and just try and force him back into the dressers just so we can keep him at bay while Jacob is I'm assuming still moving the chair.
Make a strength roll.
Strength roll. Oh,
Yeah, you manage to put your shoulder down and into him, and you push him back. You're tough. You're built for this.
Guys, I'm not feeling so good. Everything is a haze. I'm gonna go call the cops. And I'm gonna go leave, and I'm gonna be like, phone. Is there a phone? I need a phone.
There are no phones in the building.
In the building. All right. Do I know of any phones that would be like outside on the street, like in a booth or anything like that?
Well, you do know that the Providence PD does have a beat patrol that passes the boarding house, so there's always a chance you'll encounter a police officer.
All right, perfect. I'll look out on the street maybe if I can find one.
Just glancing out the window, you do see a pair of beat cops walking down the side of the road in the direction of the house.
Hello, officers. How are you guys doing today? Obviously, Hank is very uncomfortable with cops or whatever. Hi. We have a bit of a problem. A friend of ours seems to be going slightly crazy. I for lack of a better term. If you guys could just follow me. He's in his room currently. He attacked me.
They follow you. They come right after you.
All right, cool. And I'm gonna take them back to the room.
All right.
keeping
You lead the
Gardiner
pair
at
of them
bay.
up the stairs and into his room. The cops freeze at the door when they see all the blood in the room. Jacob pushing the chair over the rug as though he's trying to hide what is in the middle of the room. They see the torn fabric on the bed.
Like I said, he tried to attack us. I'm so sorry about all this. I think he's in the closet currently.
The cops pull out their guns.
I'm gonna jump out of the way of the closet and just sort of hit the deck.
All right. You dive to the ground, trying to hide behind the bookcase as the wardrobe opens again and Gardiner steps out. Still bound, still covered in blood and scars, which you notice from your position have an almost spiral pattern to them.
All right. If you could please take him someplace where he'll be safe. I don't want him hurting anybody else or himself. We tried our best to hold him, but I'm no professional.
The cops, they shout at Gardner to stay where he is. That they're gonna get a detective down there and maybe a doctor. But as soon as they do that, Gardner looks at Jacob and starts rushing forward.
Me again?
Yeah.
There's a chair separating us, I assume. At
And
this
the
point,
police
Bill.
are at the door. And they shoot Gardner in the legs as he's moving forward. Or well, they try to, but they end up shooting most of his body.
Oh, whoa! That was okay. That's okay. I think we okay. I think we all need to calm down. Mr. Gardner, are you all right?
Gardner sort of stumbled forward, but he's still moving and kind of crawling forward, shifting a little bit, his shoulders to move.
She's crushed the adrenaline in this man.
I based upon my previous experience with this man tonight, I'm going to continue moving away from him and perhaps toward the police officers.
They're help get you into the hall. as Gardiner keeps saying, "Give it to me. Give me the book. Give it to me. Give me the book."
I'm going to turn to the officers and say, as you can see, I don't have any books on me. Tell me how I can help.
One of the cops tells you to run, get more help. They tell you the name of the nearest detective. And that is where the scenario is going to end. With Gardiner barely, possibly alive, but being taken away by men in white coats. Clearly against his will.
Okay.
All right. So, we'll give you a quick, let you know what was going on. Gardiner had cast a spell on himself. He had sacrificed his own body to get back to the Dreamlands that he had mentioned in his dream journal. When he had died, his corpse had been reanimated by an avatar of Yog-Sothoth. And all it knew was that Jacob had been in possession of several books that were significant to Yog-Sothoth. And that's why it was focusing so much on him.
Okay.
Definitely would have tried to kill Jacob if he had the opportunity to. And if he didn't have the opportunity, he was going to escape and try again later.
Ooh.
Did the accounting books have any tie-in to this, or are they kind of MacGuffin?
To the scenario itself, not really. It was more the character motivation. That Hank wanted the ledgers at really any cost.
All right.
And there was always a possibility that Hank could have turned on the other investigators if he couldn't get the ledgers, or somebody else took them.
I was very happy that I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, great, cool, ledger's in my possession. Didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you came out ahead. I got my money back and a nice pistol, and then Stephanie didn't necessarily achieve her goals. Or did she?
What did Stephanie need to do, and what did she have a problem with?
I kept trying to find money, but I had no luck.
Oh,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
Yeah, Stephanie wanted to steal whatever she could. There was supposed to be another officer who wanted to try to solve the crime and get personal recognition for it.
Oh, okay.
And the other character, what is she?
And they're like a nosy old lady.
Yeah, she was
Oh, that was the lady across the street. Okay.
Ah.
yeah. What does she want? She's just kind of curious. She wants to know what's going on. She's
Okay.
That's what gossip is her thing. And
I just love how we have oh, I want to get back my money, or I want to steal back my ledgers, and then we have oh, I'm just a nosy old lady, and I love that.
She just wanted to know what Gardiner was doing, and possibly had some sexual interest in him.
Oh.
She was older and he was young and fit. Maybe she could have had some sort of fling with him, but that never would have worked out since he was already dead.
How old is this lady? Are we talking? Because I'm imagining 70, 80 for some reason.
She was... Let's stats here. She's at almost 60. She's 58.
Oh, okay.
So she's older. Her husband passed. She's just looking for a young stud. She probably would have tried to flirt with Jacob and Hank if she had the opportunity. Well,
That's
it.
funny.